What's up, YouTube, man? We back with another interview. Today I got somebody coming, college tennis player, and we just gonna get into his experience. Stay tuned.
Okay, it's us.
I'm here with my man Juan.
What's good, y'all?
Appreciate you for coming, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
Juan Hernandez, class of 2019. Grew up with my boy Chris here, so it's a pleasure to be here. So,
For sure. So, college tennis player. What school and division are you at?
Bristol University, NEIA.
So let's talk about, tennis. How does the recruiting process work with tennis? Is it same as other sports? Like you're on Twitter? Like, me personally, I never seen like a tennis highlight, like on Huddle or anything. So how does that work?
So, well, going into high school, like for college coaches, is much easier because a lot of college kids are like international kids, for example. They can go online and put their recruiting videos, so they can get recruited from there. But mine was a little bit different. Like I didn't have a video. They asked for one. I didn't give them one. They invited me. They gave me the visit, and I went and I showed my skills.
Yeah.
But we have a UTR. It's a universal tennis rating. So there are different tournaments around different regions, your states and cities. And from there, like, you'll build up your reputation playing different points and stuff. And it's a very accurate, like, skill-based, like, stat base. So, like, it'll help you kind of, like, see where your level's at. So a lot of coaches kind of go off that. But also, like, USTA, that's a very big thing. Just playing tournaments, exposure camps, that's another big way to get recruited.
So, like you said, just going to get exposure, all that good stuff. So that is kind of similar with basketball, football, going to camps and stuff like that. But with tennis, like, what are they looking at? Like, other sports got the eye test. You got to be this tall, this big. In tennis, is it like a certain eye test, or is it all about your ability, like, I don't know, how fast you can serve the ball, stuff like that? So, like, what are things that separate you from other tennis players?
Me or the overall?
Just everything, basically. Well, yeah, let's talk about you. Like, what separated you from, other tennis people in this 850 area? Because I don't hear about a lot of tennis players going play college in this area.
Well, what separated me, I think naturally, like, I put my heart into it, so it kind of came naturally to me. But like serving was a big thing for me. Like when I had the opportunity, like I always hit the courts, especially when I like 18, 19, I spent a lot of time just hitting a lot of balls, so like just practicing,
Yeah.
But I was also surrounded around a lot of group of people that they looked out for me. So networking is a very big thing that you need to have around you. The people that you surround yourself with is very important. So I think I had a lot of great people around me, and they always tell me like, hey, like you have the skill, like put yourself out there. You never know what you could accomplish with your skill. So I did that. So my serve was very good. I was very athletic. So that was for me. As an overall standpoint from a coach's perspective, I think the main thing it is an eye test, but at the same time, like that's where that UTR comes into play very heavily, because they look at that. That's how, like, for example, like at the college level, like it's more team based instead of individual. People think you have the doubles and the singles aspect, but you have your best six, and then you also have your best three doubles lineups. So you have
D3, NAIA, all those type of smaller schools, they can give you an offer, but it might not be a full ride. And at those levels, that's why, every coach in America is probably telling you need good grades, Those are the schools that the grades come important, because they can give you extra money depending on how good your grades are.
Based off academics.
Yeah, they can give you athletic money. It's not gonna be a lot. I played at NAI level. It's not gonna be a lot, but if you got good GPA, good ACT score, they can cover the rest of your amount, and you can be on a full ride that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So pickleball.
So
pickleball's been taking over. I'm a big pickleball fan. I play it all the time. I've never played tennis, but even like this around town right here, Twin Hills, it used to be 4 tennis courts?
Yeah.
And now it's 6 pickleball courts and 1 tennis court. Even at the high school, we still got all the tennis courts, but they put the lines for pickleball on it too, so you can play both. So what's your opinion on it? Do you think pickleball's starting to take over? And I know tennis is international, so it's always going to be a big sport, but in America, do you think pickleball's taking over tennis? What's your aspect on that?
Yeah, and me personally, I've never played pickleball, which is so crazy.
I don't see that. Like, do you practice? Because I just seen Leon.
Yeah.
I just seen him playing pickleball. So I'm like, do y'all practice pickleball to make you better at tennis, or is it just gonna like take away your fundamentals?
So from what I've heard, there's I'm sure you've heard of his name, Tristan Coley, one of the kids at Crestview. He's the next upcoming star out of Crestview. He's gonna be hard. I've talked to him. He plays it all the time with his dad. I'm pretty sure he's the one that runs it at Twin Hills. And one of the things he told me, he was like, it's helped him with his touch. So there are parts of pickleball that do help you with tennis. But after that, I can't tell you more because I've never really stepped onto the court. I just don't know. But it's in the aspect of it becoming big in America, it's going nationwide, you know. And I think it's good because, I mean, for the regular person that's never picked up a tennis racket, it's much difficult for them to get into the sport and understand it. And I think pickleball is more accessible. It's more of a friendlier environment than a tennis environment because tennis, like, we're weird. We're weird people. I'm not gonna lie, we're weird. So it's like we're very intense. We're very, I don't know. We have a different mindset towards it. But I think pickleball, it's, you know, if you go out there, everybody's fun. Everybody's friendly, everybody's nice, everybody wants to be out there and have fun, everybody can play for hours, and it's not as draining on your body as it is on tennis, because tennis is more physical. You run a lot, but it's super, super physical on you, so it's very mental. But I think it's good, you know, I think it's good that it's helping push people to get out more and do more exercises, so that's good. I think that's good.
Me personally, I'd rather play pickleball because tennis is way harder, but I do like that pickleball and tennis, you know, you play pickleball a lot, it's gonna kind of make you look at tennis. So I think it's good for both sports. You know, it's gonna go hand in hand. Like I know at the high school they're trying to make it a sport in a couple years, like an actual sport. So I don't know if that's gonna take away from tennis, if it's gonna help tennis, if the tennis players are gonna play pickleball and the pickleball players are gonna start trying to play tennis. I don't know.
It's hard right now. I think, well, tennis, the thing about that is, like, tennis is a dying sport right now. It's very traditional, so there's a lot of things that need to change for the sport to grow, and I think pickleball in that aspect, that's where it's overtaking tennis. But for sure, I think in the next couple of years, you'll start seeing more colleges and definitely more high schools starting incorporating that within their programs. But it's how you say, you know, it's good that people are getting out there, they're trying different things, they're seeing like, hey, you know, this is difficult, but imagine the next sport. So, and I don't think it's very different from tennis. I think it's just the dedication that you put into it, because I think pickleball, it has some similarities to paddleball as well. And I think that's another thing that's very big around here as well. But I think pickleball for sure, one of the things that pickleball has hurt from tennis, I know around some of the training facilities around here, it's hurt the people that play tennis. That's how you say, they're leaving tennis and they're going more towards pickleball. So, and that's a good thing for them, but for those facilities, they're losing on money. So it's a win-lose situation for both sides. But like I said, as long as people are getting out there and having fun, that's the most important thing about it. So,
For sure, yeah. Every sport you should be having fun, no matter what you're doing. Sports are meant to have fun. You're supposed to compete. It's supposed to be draining. It's supposed to be hard, mental, on your mental, physical, all that. That's what sports are. That's why we love it so much. We put so much time and dedication into everything we do. If it was easy, everybody would be on the team. Everybody would make it. So, I mean, that's why we love sports, because it is hard. It's not supposed to be a cakewalk. And me personally, I feel like it makes you a better person, better man, better woman, whatever you want to say. Just your mental, how mentally tough you're gonna be, how you're gonna react when things aren't going your way. If you have a cold month, you don't play good for a month, how are you gonna react? Are you gonna quit and throw it away, or are you gonna keep pushing through it? And, you know, that goes with life. Maybe you're short on the bills. Are you just gonna forget it and not go out and try to make some more money? Whatever. Like, you just can't give up on life, just as you're not supposed to give up on sports just because it gets hard. Because life is hard, especially with this economy right now.
Yeah, I think sports will for sure wake you up to, like, the reality of, like, sometimes, like, we put ourselves into this like victimized like mentality, and sometimes you have to be ready to go to war. You know, sometimes you have to. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be nice. You're gonna have days that you're not gonna want to do it, and you're just gonna have to get up and do it. You know, because there's no other way. There's people that they have a million other excuses and they never achieve their goals, and there's people that they wake up and regardless if it's raining, sunshine, storms, like they're out there getting it every day. And that's what you have to. You can't give up. You have to find that rhythm and keep it there, because if you take your foot off the pedal, you're giving the other person that's trying to take your spot the room for them to grow, and you're not trying to do that. You know, it's always going to be a competitive field wherever you are, whether it's in the office, whether it's at school, whether it's in the field, court. So it's just maintaining and keeping that mentality. You have to be strong. You know, there's a lot of weak-minded people around here, so if you can sustain yourself to be like, hey, I'm a go-getter, I'm a hustle, I'm gonna do what I have to do, you already set yourself up from the pack. Because I've seen it, you know, in college I've seen kids that have the talent and they lose the drive, you know, and it shows, you know, because when they get into life, they're gonna get that reality check, and that reality check's not gonna be nice.
It's not. Life will smack you in your face real quick.
Oof, will it? That's for sure.
So let's talk about the transition to high school to college for even a tennis play. This is really just to show, you know, the people watching how much different high school is to college and how quick you got to mature as soon as you graduate. So your schedule, like, you know, off season, in season, what class and stuff, how is your schedule up where you are?
It varies. It definitely varies from semester depending on your classes, but it also varies on the coach and then the budget that the school has for the programs. Like I said, NEIA, we run on a very specific budget, so we can't go off based on that. In the fall, tennis is an all year round sport. So in the fall, that's when we were mostly outside in the beginning. And I've been through 3 different coaches already. So my first coach when I got into college, we had like Monday through Thursday, 5 to 7 a.m. And then being a freshman, a lot of the times, like your freshman, you're gonna have a lot of those 8 a.m.s, and you're gonna be stacked with classes because you have to get a lot of those like regular like courses out the way to get into your major classes.
Prereqs.
Yeah, your prereqs. But it like I said, it varies, and then in the off season, it's just maintaining. I think for us with the schedule, like, in the off season, we hit a lot together. We practice a lot together, so it's just maintaining like that teamwork. Hey, like let's go hit. Like, hey, let's go work. So if we're not in the gym, we're outside. If we're not outside, we're always constantly together, just making sure that we're learning. And in the spring season, that's when our main season comes into play. The fall season is more to like play other schools that like are in different conferences. Like for us, I know we play our preseason in the fall, and then we also play the Austin P tournament, which is a D1 tournament. We should play other D1 schools, just as that's a very good environment to be around and get us prepared for the spring season. And the spring season starting off, for example, this spring, I have 6 classes. I have like 18 credits, and the practice times they're very differently. So right now, when we start off in February, it's Tuesday through Thursday, 6:30 to 8, and then I go through all my rest of the day. I have my classes, lunch, and then for me, my schedule is different because I work out separately. So she's making sure that you get your time in the gym, you get your treatment in as well, making sure you get with the trainer, like, hey, my back hurts, my shoulder hurts, I just don't feel right, getting ice baths. So just making sure you're taking care of your body, and then just taking care of yourself too. You know, sometimes like with the stresses of like finals, midterms, breaks, like there's a lot of things that go in within the schedule that if you don't have a consistent routine, like it's very easy for you to like fall off course. So it's like having that routine is very important. So waking up, washing your face, or like lifting, going for a run, those are very important things within the schedule. But it's not that hard, especially within the season. Not within the season, when we're in season with the traveling. Like there's certain seasons we travel a lot. Last year we did. This year we're at home a lot, so it changes. But like there's been other seasons like 2021, we traveled like every other day. Like we had 3 games a week. Like we didn't practice as much. I wasn't at school as much, and it definitely takes a toll on your body. You get tired very quick, and the months go by quick when you don't even realize it, because being a student athlete, you're taking care of your work, your body, your sport. And a lot of times those coaches say, like, you know, like you're getting paid to get here to play the sport. So you have to prioritize that sport. So making sure you do what you have to do on the court, but then also, like I said, prioritizing your mental health, because mental health is a very big thing in college. So
gotta take care of yourself. So like you're saying, you gotta travel, you gotta you know, put in the extra work, take care of your body. I mean, hey, once you get to college, it's no, hey baby, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do this. They're not. Yes, they're there to help you, but they're not gonna know every little thing on your schedule. You're really by yourself. You gotta go. You gotta make appointments to do whatever with your advisor, trainer. You gotta know what classes you need to take. You gotta know how to fit, you know, this practice in around your homework schedule. You gotta eat. That's my first interview. That's what we talked about. It gets so busy. He's a college basketball player. He said sometimes he'll forget to eat.
Yeah.
Because he'll go from class to practice. He's worn out, so he'll go take a shower and just chill in his dorm room because he has no energy. He's studying and he'll just forget to eat. So it's really, really important you take care of yourself as you're playing these games. You gotta make a routine so you don't forget something, so you don't miss a meal, so you don't miss a homework assignment, so you don't miss, I hope you don't miss a practice, because if you miss a practice in college,
you're on your tail about it.
Yeah.
And not even eating bad food. Like, that's another thing. Like, nutrition is big, because you just can't put, like, in high school you can eat a lot of junk food, but in college, like, you have to make sure you eat your protein, your carbs, you're eating good. Like, everything is like, you have a good diet where it's like, okay, like, I can kind of indulge a little bit, but I can't eat too much, because if you eat too much, it'll show. Like, the freshman 15 is a very true thing. It happened to me, and it took a little while to lose it, but it happens to a lot of people, you know. And like, when you get into the stresses, the anxiety, the depression, like, you bored eat, you know. So nutrition is very big too, because if you don't take care of it, like I said, you don't take care of yourself, it starts showing, and everything else starts coming with that.
So at the school you're at, did y'all have like a weight trainer, somebody that did y'all's workouts? Were y'all in the weight room a lot, or how does tennis go about weight room and nutrition? Like, who's in charge of y'all's weight room and nutrition, basically?
Well, it's funny. I mean, Brisha is an experience of its own. If you know, the Brisha difference is different, but we didn't have the weight room. My first year wasn't open. The first 2 years it really wasn't open, and then with my first coach, he makes sure that if we got rained out or we didn't have any available court time, he got us in there. We did a lot of CrossFit. As tennis players, you're not supposed to be big, so your workouts aren't based on like heavy lifting, but a lot of more, you know, interval movements and stuff like that. So plyometrics and stuff like that. But I mean, it's different, you know. That's why I said, like, just finding your own schedule. Like, that's why I work out on my own. It's like, and now, like, the school is more based on, like, hey, like, we have a trainer, so like they've always had one, but now specifically, like, she's a very good trainer. She knows what she's doing, so make sure we go in there. And then we don't have a specific like person that tells us, like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's all on your own. A lot of the times, like JUCO, NEIA, and some D3s, like, you're not gonna have those resources as like the D2s and the D1s. Like, you have to literally go get it on your own. Like,
appreciate you for coming out, man.
It's a pleasure.
I hope y'all learned something about college tennis, the college experience, the stuff you need to mature for and get ready for, because it's gonna hit you.
It will. Just make sure, hey, leave a like, comment, subscribe to my boy, help him grow as a person and as a channel. So I appreciate you having me, and to everybody that's watching, stay dedicated, stay on your grind, do what you have to do. Tomorrow's not promised, so go at it, don't stop.
Baby, I can pop out right now, pull my big one on these hoes, damn. I'm not acrobatic, I'm not flipping on my bros, no. All my shit